What I'm about to say is contrarian to what I've always said about the NBA regular season, is that it mostly doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong. The good teams, they rest starters. Golden State, you can tell they're kind of half into it. LeBron. For the young teams, Philadelphia Lakers, regular season means more. It means more. But tonight is a rare regular season NBA game where you have a veteran team, and it means everything. So Saturday night, Oklahoma City played the Houston Rockets. Now, the Houston Rockets rested two of their better players. Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson didn't play. Gordon's their third best scorer, and Oklahoma City won. Now, after the game, the Rockets head coach admitted, for us, we've got our seating. We're all good. This doesn't mean a ton. Now is tonight. Russell Westbrook and Oklahoma City go to Miami. The game means something for Miami, and Miami's pretty good. Not great, pretty good. Let me put this into context. If Russell Westbrook and Oklahoma City do not win tonight at Miami, there is a chance they won't make the playoffs. And there's an excellent chance they'll be tied with like Denver and Minnesota for the 8th spot in the West. Oh, wait a minute, that's a huge problem because Denver and Minnesota have the tiebreaker with Oklahoma City. This is not me picking on Russell Westbrook. Some people pick this team, Paul Pierce for one, is a dark horse NBA champion. I didn't, but I thought they'd be a 55-win team, third seed, very good. If Russell Westbrook, the MVP, does not make the playoffs with Paul George, an all-star, Steven Adams, one of the top 5-6 bigs in the league, and a Hall of Famer in Carmelo Anthony, it will be the greatest NBA talent, the best collection of NBA players that couldn't make the playoffs. Try to name another. It will be Phi Slamma Jamma of college basketball. When I say Phi Slamma Jamma, you don't name the players. You say, how the hell did they not win a championship? Drexler, Akeem? Guy Lewis couldn't coach. That's what you'll say about Westbrook. Melo, Paul George, Steven Adams, Westbrook couldn't make the playoffs? That guy can't lead. Folks, when I say Kevin Garnett, he won an MVP too. You don't care. First thing you think about is Celtics, KG, and a ring. When I say Derrick Rose, do you think MVP? Nah, broken down point guard. Kind of a bust, really. Karl Malone? Phi Slamma Jamma? MVPs don't mean the same thing for everybody. You can't even name how many Jordan had because he won so many championships. Yes, Russell Westbrook has an MVP. But 20 years from now at a bar, 20 years from now at an airport talking to a stranger, 20 years from now on a plane talking to a buddy, you'll be like, Russell Westbrook, remember that year they had all those good players and they couldn't make the playoffs? This is going to be unbelievable. You will never, ever, if you're Russell Westbrook, this will be your brand. It won't be the MVP. It won't be Kevin Durant leaving you. It'll be this. You have to win tonight. Let me tell you something. Let me show you teams right now in the Western Conference that play in the same tough Western Conference as Russell Westbrook. Utah is a 4 seed. Utah has Ricky Rubio at point. He can't shoot. A rookie at shooting guard. Undrafted Joe Ingles at forward, and Derek Favors, the number 3 pick years ago who's never panned out. That's 4 of their best 5 players. The New Orleans Pelicans have Anthony Davis, Etwan Moore, Darius Miller, Ian Clark, Rondo, and Emeka Okafor, who's out of the G League and for 4 years was out of any league. New Orleans could make it. Utah's a top seed. Westbrook, Paul George, Steven Adams, Melo don't make it? That MVP will not define Westbrook. The triple-double will not define him. Being on the best NBA team in league history that couldn't make the playoffs will define it. This is a rare, massive NBA brand-defining game in the regular season for a veteran NBA team. where almost no games really matter. Sixers, Lakers, young teams, a lot of games matter. Part of the journey, part of the road trip. Neither has a chance to win a championship this year. Westbrook, Russell, I know everybody thinks I'm rooting against him. I'm not. Because I think if he misses the playoffs, he'll never be the same as a player or a person. I hope OKC gets in. I like sports. I'd love to see him open with Houston or Golden State. If Westbrook and the Thunder don't make the playoffs, Doug, Paul George, Melo, Steven Adams, by the way, they got a defensive guard's pretty good. Westbrook, how does this not stain him forever?
Well, I don't think it necessarily – first, they're going to make the playoffs. Remember, they play the Grizzlies the last game of the season. They have 46 wins. You get to 47 whether they beat Miami or don't beat – they just beat the Rockets on the road. There's a couple things. The first is what I think you're learning about the Thunder, and several NBA people, and I said it to you on this couch 2 weeks ago, is, hey, don't be surprised if the Thunder don't struggle to get in the playoffs because they're playing all the playoff teams. Like the Sixers have won 14 in a row. I think 11 of them against teams that are tanking.
Yes.
Like, this is Tankapalooza. No one's ever – it's amazing how these teams are tanking.
Imbalanced schedule.
The teams are either going for it or not going for it, nobody in the middle.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.